Alright, welcome to Transport Fever 2, where we are building a logistics empire on this map. I am Mab, and this is my wonderful gaming channel, which you have the pleasure of joining at this current point in time to see us do a new development in our map. Hopefully I have the funds available. I let this play for a little bit to get this kind of set up. My idea going into the last episode was this, and I'm going to try to make that a reality. Hopefully I can make that happen. It'd be a wonderful thing to see this come to fruition. So without hesitation, yes, we have a $3.5 million debt that we are is hanging over our head at this current point in time. I'm going to try to help alleviate that just a little bit with trains. So I'm going to bring this down into one-time speed just to kind of help with everything. So we're going to go over here to a cargo station, and for the time being I am going to make this a single station. 160, we need to remember that. Sorry, getting my key bindings. If you want, it's not always clear, but M moves it to the right, N moves it to the left, and then if you use the little arrows greater than and less than arrows, you can grow it or sink it into the ground. Obviously one of these will make it cheaper, but just a little side note there. So we are going to place this right about, I mean, we can probably go, want to go too close to the road, not yet, because one, I want to make sure that we have room for all of our future investments. Now we are going to ship this way the heck up here, and we're going to use our M and N key one more time. This one I am going to do a dead end. I don't like how this does this, but we'll do something like this. You know what? We'll put it on this side of the road. Right about here. Okay, I know that that's not necessarily the most prettiest thing ever, but it will get the job done for the time being. So I'm going to try to make this track 75 miles an hour the whole way. It's going to be a minute before we actually have a train that can do that. We are still in the very early stages of this game, but I do want it to hug this coastline, and we're probably going to end up having to take out another loan just to pay for this, which I totally get. Oh dang. Okay, so we're almost there, and just kind of connect this up. And hook that in just like that. So we have this hooked up. It looks not bad. Like I said, it follows the coastline, which is what I wanted it to do, and it keeps the 75 mile an hour rate. Eventually I'm going to add more, not more, but at least another train line to this. That cost us pretty much 1.2 million to make, with stations and everything. So there's that. Give me a second. I'm gonna build up a little bit more money, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so my hand was forced a little bit. That's why I brought you back a little prematurely, because one, I made mistakes. I'll get into my mistakes in a little bit. I haven't let it roll, so we're going to see how this goes. But the train station's built. I did come in and I added a dual line, so if we ever make enough money, then we can start 2 trains, but the train that we got is exceedingly expensive, and it's expensive for one reason. One, because I'm going to be bringing construction material and bread one way. No, this way. No, wait. Okay, hold on. Well, I'm going to break it down for you. All right, so the oil station right here is connected to this little truck port thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring construction material all the way down here, right? And then we're going to drop off the construction material, which then gets fed into Rye. Now, on the flip side of that, we are going to have bread be brought here along with this well. That's why my hand was pushed. I've been watching this, and then this immediately popped up, and I was like, all right, we got to act on this. So oil will be brought to here, dropped off, put on here. A train's going to pick it up along with the food, bread, whatever you want to call it, and then we're going to bring it back. It'll be dropped off. Actually, we might just make a single run to where it picks up here, drops off there, and then we continue the run there. But I had to act quickly. Before I start all of this, I want to do one thing. I will make it a little bit easier. Right now it doesn't matter, but the way I like to do trains, or at least the signals on the doubles, is I like to come to the train and then, okay, so this way is always going to be this train. The one on the left is always going to be going to, and then this one's always going to be going to there. And with that, then I put these there just so when we get whatever train's going, it'll buff itself out. But we don't have the funds right now, and I'll explain a little bit why this is kind of a dire situation and probably a bad choice to begin with. So coming in here, I want to manage vehicle. I see details. All right, so you see the value of this train. It is $3.1 million for that. And I'm going to go in here, build the duplicate real quick. And just to kind of show you what's what. I think it was 3. And then construction. And then we go up here, and then I got this one. So this is what our train generically looks like. I'm gonna make sure. All right, yeah. So this is what our train looks like. We're gonna have 21 crude oil going there, which will give us a bonus. We'll also have potentially 28 things of bread coming one way, and then we'll also have construction material. It's going to be a little bit better, a little bit faster than having all of these cars going. We are going to leave the cars, but I am going to add this train oh my gosh, some more cars to this line to get it to kind of function, just so that we can get, like I said, so we can save this oil well. I think it's an important oil well to have. Let me come in here, get that to that, change this color to black. Load that. And then we are going to unload that. And then, yeah, so we're going to do that. And then I'm going to make another route. Yeah, we'll make another route. And so one is going to be loading up, and don't worry, I will name all of this stuff in a second. And then 2 is unloading this, and loading this, and then 3 is just strictly unloading. And so it'll be get bread, take it here, take it there. And then we'll also add here. And I gotta find the red one. It's gotta be that one. One's gonna be loading that. And then 2 will be unloading that. And then, oh my gosh, this is so much work. All right, so you are going to be picking up 1, you're loading construction, and then 2, you're unloading construction. And then at 2, you're going to be loading bread. We'll do 50%. Wait. Yeah, that's it. And then unloading this. All right, so he'll bring in bread because the oil's going to stay here and then be distributed in its own way. So we don't have to worry about the oil. We just have to get it here. All right, cool. All right, just so we keep this building open, I'm gonna delete it, but I need this. Call it cheating, whatever. It will buff it. We'll buff it out. And actually, we can probably get away with 5 for the time being. That's done, so at least we'll get oil going there. Once that becomes active, all right, we're going a lot for the biscuit here. Then I need you to join one. I think it's this line. Yes. All right, and then I'm gonna move yeah, here's what we're going to do. All right, so I need to look at my line manager real quick and figure out, all right, you're going into town, so I want to make you red. And what I'm going, that's not what I want to do. All right, so eyeball. I need to be in this one. Eyeball. Oh, I was like, dude, where the heck is this at? All right, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 for now. And then we're going to move these to this line. So that will get that active. And then I'm going to come up here. And then I just need a little bit. right, how many? All right, we can buy 2, which is going to be fine for the time being. Put that on line 4. Alright, we got no money, and we're not going to have money for a very long time. And then also, you can judge me, but we are back up to 6.5. So, getting that going. And hopefully we can get this all set up, because like I said, this is on the line. We're at 2. What's 2 picking up? 2's picking up crude oil and bread. And then once it picks up bread, it takes it all the way up there. And nothing is loading. Alright, well, nothing like having a small problem. Alright, just hope that, everything works out the way it needs to. Where's this train at? Oh, shoot. Put that on the track. You cost way too much money not to be pumping out some good old-fashioned juju here. Alright, oh, I was like, dang, we saved it. Alright, it's starting to produce. So, that's something. Oh, we saved it. Good job. Alright, saved is happening. Alright, good stuff. Go to this line. We don't need to hold off on any time period. Oh man, whew. Alright, so this is going to be slightly stressful, and hopefully we can bounce back and make this all a little fun and whatnot, but it's going to take a second. We gotta let this train run, get this thing going. Obviously it can only go there's a speed detail somewhere. Dang, look at that depreciation. Holy cow, that is bad. It was 1.1 and 2 months, it's lost 100,000. Oh man, that's bad. Oh man, I cannot even express. That is bad stuff right there. Alright, and obviously, like I said, we got to bounce back to get this thing going a little bit, and probably rely a little bit on getting some other vehicles on the line, but we gotta, like I said, we have to get this thing, give it time to actually do what it needs to do. And obviously the distance, the fact that this costs 1.3 or not 1.3, 3.1 million, we're just going to have to give this a second. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to lighten the load of this. So we got 23 vehicles. We could probably boost this. To this line real quick. And like I said, this is in all hopes of like one day then we can shift this over here just a smidgen. Yeah. But you gotta, like I said, you gotta give it a minute to kind of boost itself up, because it's going to take it a minute to get like these lines going. Obviously it's going to, yeah, you get it. It is what it is. It kind of sucks, but you got to give it a minute to kind of boost itself up just a smidgen. And then it will soon start bringing construction material down. We're going to start fueling this engine just a little bit more. Obviously it doesn't need it because the consumer's Fort Wayne refinery, but we're starting to get more oil transported here so that we are bringing more oil over to here. And then we can lighten the load, like I said, of the actual cars moving this. So I'm going to work on this. We got 24 on this line. And move that to line 1. Like I said, we're going to start slowing this one down so that actually good things can happen. So give me a second, let me bounce back, let me actually make some money here real quick. And that all comes with like actually being able to this one, line 3, we could probably boost you to 1. There you go. And then everybody has their own line. All right, so this will kind of make this a little bit more effective. But yeah, give me a minute. Let me kind of bounce out of here real quick, and then I'll bounce back in, and then we'll kind of deal with the repercussions of all my bad choices that I've recently made in the last like 10 minutes. All right, welcome back everybody. So we have finally got our economy balanced out. This took about 15-20 minutes to balance out, to get this like to a positive incline and a multiple of trips, and kind of sorting the distribution with the cars and, you know, where they're needing to go and all that other stuff. I do want to get another train, and I'm thinking, put this in the comments, just help me out for all you Transport Fever 2 connoisseurs. I have this train, and it might be too early to like split a train like this, especially for the distance that we're doing, but we're able to hold 71 and basically 21 food, 21 construction material, and then 28 of those two, and then 21 of oil. Now, while I've been watching this go back and forth and kind of tweaking with the lines a little bit, is it I need to do this real quick. So I need to come over here, this, yes, and then I need to edit this one real quick, drop off. And then we can go to this one and delete that. All right, so what I did is, sorry, processing out loud. All right, so what I did is the line that goes from here to here with construction material and back with bread, I deleted it. And then same with the line that went from here, bringing bread here, or bringing construction material here, whatever it was doing. So what I then did is I had to make a new line to bring fuel from Fort Wayne to here to be dropped off to then be shipped into Cora. So I had to move a bunch of vehicles around, get those situated. It does look like we're doing better as far as all of our vehicles that are picking up this are now coming back fully loaded, which was the goal in the whole beginning. So we are boosting that, and I will say this, when this train comes in, we're I want to say it's like 500,000 for this train to drop in, and that's just bringing oil. Is it oil and bread? Yeah, oil and food. So it brings oil and food back, and that's 500,000. And then on the way back, just bringing construction material is like 400,000. So in that, we're boosting up a little bit. So now that this is fully set, I have its own line that makes bread that comes here. I have its own line that makes bread that goes into rye. So we're doing exceedingly well, I will say that. And obviously this train just left. It should be fully loaded. It is not fully loaded. So what we are going to do is go into here, and I need to go to this orange line. This one's got 33. So we'll take 10 and put this on this one, and then now this one's got 38, this one's got 23. That should be fine, because this is seriously nope, that's not what I wanted. This is overwhelmed. So food decora, what is that doing? Oh, that's okay, never mind. So that's stocking for the Cora route. The bread, we got 56 on. We should be fine with that, because rye doesn't need, it needs 75, so we need to get that boosted up. But I don't think we're going to get that boosted up until we can, one, get faster vehicles and maybe a few more vehicles on this line. Let's look at the drop off. Where is it? Right, there you go. You got 12, so we'll give you 5 more. Bump that up to 17 to help that out just a little bit, but this is definitely boosting and we are doing a great job. So I'm gonna repay back some of this debt so we can get back down to a normal healthy debt, for example, because right now we are in a world of hurt, and it's very apparent with like how much we're having to pay and all that other stuff. So if we can get this down to a healthy debt, we'll be in a good spot. It's just kind of moving some stuff around to get it fine-tuned a little bit. And then our next route that we'll probably need to like figure out some sort of train system with is probably going to be this tool factory, because that is a very huge distance to go from point A to point B to point C. I also talked about in the last episode to get this oil refinery hooked up, but at this current point in time, I don't need any more, especially with us not having to hook up any of the other cities. Now that we have this train line, Bakersfield is definitely on the menu for being hooked up in. That is a very far distance to go, and I would assume this would be the easiest route. And once we kind of get this settled, I'm thinking that's probably where we're going to go on our next route, is basically using this distribution center, using what we're getting from rye and all that, put it here, have a truck or whatever for the time being. We'll eventually change it, but path it through here and then drop it off here, and then have a guy come in and hook up Bakersfield. And then eventually we'll hook up Detroit. Detroit will be another one that we'll use Fort Wayne with. But like I said, a train would definitely be useful, however we pin it. But we need to fine tune a few things real quick. But I'm just glad that the train is on the system. We got it. It's looking good. It's kind of healthy. I do want to add another one just to kind of boost our revenue and the amount that we're actually sending and receiving. I just need to make sure that this doesn't get stuck. And it's looking like it's all right, so we should be good there. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I do appreciate you guys watching. I do appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. Without you guys, there really is no point in doing a channel. So thumbs up to you guys. If you look at the bottom, there's a little thumb and a downward thumb. Don't hit the downward thumb, hit the upward thumb. Possibly leave a comment of what mistakes I'm being made and any expertise that you guys have on this game. I would much appreciate it. So until next time, I will catch you guys later. Enjoy your day, week, whatever, and I will catch you next time. Later.